Hello everybody. Hope everyone is having a wonderful weekend. We just got through a week of gorgeous weather and now it's not so gorgeous, but that's okay. I've got a few things here to show you. I've done a little bit of shopping and I'm going to do, as Rachel over at Bag Babes Coterie says, some shoppy show and tell. Love that terminology. It's absolutely perfect. Today though, we have a very special guest for this episode. Who is it? Why, it's the queen of domesticity herself, Martha Stewart. Yay, Martha! I don't normally collect Funko Pops. I know some people are really into them. I have about 10 of them. And they're usually people that I really look up to. Martha has been somebody I have followed since back in the 90s when she did her first TV show. I subscribed to her magazine. I still use some of her recipes. And I think she was treated very unjustly by the court system, but that's another whole story. But when I saw this Funko, I absolutely had to have it. I was like, that one has to come home to me. So she showed up a few days ago and I had to share her with everyone. I also went shopping at TJMaxx. I didn't find a whole lot, but I was super excited to see they had a book by one of my favorite authors, Freida McFadden. If you're a fan of hers, make a comment down below because I love to talk to other people who love her books as much as I do. I started out with reading The Housemaid. I think that's how everybody kind of gets sucked into her books. And I think I've probably read at least 12 or 13 of hers, and I have a whole stack. My husband got me a bunch for Christmas, and then I had a gift card and I used it for that. And I just love her stuff. I love the twist she puts in hers. And while I love the Housemaids trilogy, and I would put that up there as probably one of my favorites, my absolute favorite, if you're familiar with it, is The X. It has the craziest twist in it that I actually had to go back and read the chapter before because I felt like I had missed something in the process. And then I was like, are you kidding me? So, highly recommend her books. If you like mysteries, she's like the queen of the mystery. It reminds me a lot of an author I loved when I was in high school named Lois Duncan. Lois has since passed away, but her books had that same kind of feel, and I kind of wondered for a long time if maybe Freida had been a fan of hers. And then I kind of got my answer one day. I was reading one of her books and she actually mentioned Lois Duncan in it. So I was like, oh yay, I was right. So yeah, I definitely highly recommend her. I'm looking forward. This is called The Divorce. Her books normally run $15. Let me see if I can see the price on this one. Oh wow, $18.99, and I got it for $9.99 at TJMaxx. And this just came out this year. This is a 2026 issue, so super excited to get that. And then you can't go to TJMaxx without getting some Maxx snacks. I got some peach rings. And if you've ever had these, you know why. These are so good, and they're so chewy. And my dogs will sit in front of me when I'm chewing on them, and I have to share. I eat most of one, and then I take a little bite and share it with them so they don't get too much sugar. But yeah, that's a favorite in our household. After I was done at TJMaxx, I ran to a store called Gabes. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Gabes. Gabes started out in West Virginia, sort of worked its way over into southwestern Pennsylvania. My mom had shopped at Gabes before I even came along. She used to tell wild stories about things that she had found at Gabes. And they've expanded considerably. Now they're up, I'm in northwestern Pennsylvania. They're all over Ohio. I've been to one in Kentucky. My friend Chris from Mad Hatter Bags says they have one clear down where he's at in Alabama. So they've really expanded. But I always joke that Gabes is TJMaxx's younger, sleazier sister because it's lower quality stuff. You're not going to find any designer brands usually. Once in a while. I do have a wonderful jacket from LL Bean that I got there. Really reasonable. And so I thought I'd pop in. I didn't get a whole lot. I got some food. But I did find this really cool keychain. I think that'll look really cute on a bag this summer. I'm hoping that's focusing okay so you can see it. I just thought it was so cute. And there's a little tassel on there and a little gold ball. That'll look great I'm not sure which bag I'm going to try it on first, but very cool. They had some other designs too. There was an apple. I think there was a black cat. There's something else too. I looked at several, but I thought this is a good one for summer. I don't have a lot of like strictly summer charms, so that was a good one. So, have my trusty bag that I carried during Pride. I actually haven't been able to carry it just yet. I'm hoping to next week at some point. I'm having issues with my neck, and if you saw the tiny bag short that I did, that's why, because I had to go to the chiropractor. I'm hoping it's taken care of now, but to keep from getting that all tensed up, I have an old injury in my shoulder blade that every so often gets to flaring up, and my arms go to sleep and it hurts, and I have to go visit my friendly local chiropractor. But he's got it all straightened out, I think, and I think if I'm just careful and I don't play guitar for a while and I carry small bags, I'll be good. So unfortunately this one has to sit, but this is a close-up of the bag charm I did. Those were pins that I picked up at Michael's last summer, along with a whole strand of ribbon, and then I found this really cool, and I think I got this there too, Love is Love keychain that I attached to it too. So that's my little part, and I think this bag's just perfect for the month of June because of all the bright colors of the rainbow in it. So I will be doing eventually a video about making, I guess you'd call, bag charms out of scatter pins and how I do it. I've got a couple different techniques, so keep your eyes out. Eventually that's going to hit. And now for the main star of the show. I did a little shopping on eBay again. Any ideas as to what it might be? I'm laughing because it's so ridiculous, but I was like, oh my gosh, when I came across it. Yep, it's another one. Another medium pocket satchel tote. This color is called Bark. I think it's gorgeous. I'm not sure. It's showing on my camera as I'm watching to be a nice shade of brown, which is pretty accurate. Now, when I saw the pictures on eBay, it kind of almost looked like the color Elephant, if you're familiar with that from Dooney Bourke, but it's definitely brown. So if you ever see something that's in Bark and you're not sure what color it is, now you know. It's a brown. But this bag, the seller, it was out of her personal collection, and she said she'd carried it once or twice, and after it arrived and I looked at it, she was absolutely not lying. Corners are perfect. Interior was spotlessly clean, no odors, nothing. There's a little bit of dust, so she must have had it stored somewhere, so I had to dust it. But other than that, it's a great bag. So now I have 3 of these. I might have a problem. What do you think? It's a great bag though. I think that's a good problem to have. Now I have it in all the very unusual colors. I don't remember what else they made this in. I think there was a bone, there was a black. The standard, there was a red, there was a purple. But now I have Bark, and then I have the terracotta, and I have the bluish green that's called teal. So I think I'm set. I don't think I need to look for these anymore. The interesting thing is, this was the cheapest of the 3, and it was in beautiful condition. The other one, terracotta one, was sold new with tags, and it was definitely new with tags. And then we all know what happened with the blue one. It had a big scrape on the back. But even with all of that, between all 3 bags and what I paid, I only paid maybe $50, $60 more for all 3 than what I would have paid for one back when they were selling these. So I think that's pretty good, you know. And I will carry these bags a lot. I love this style of bag. It kind of takes me back to the early days of Dooney Bourke. Some of you may remember the original satchels that had the handles on. They've since made other ones, and they've got the stationary handles, and I don't like that as well because you can't get it out of the way to get in. And I also worry, because of the way those are stitched solid down here, that eventually trying to get in and out of the bag is going to loosen some of those stitches. This is much more what I would prefer to have, so I'm really thrilled about it. So what do you think? Do I have a problem? I'm done, honest. No more satchels like this. Seriously. But thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, I'd love for you to give me a thumbs up, and if you really like what you saw, I'd be ever so grateful if you subscribed. Just this week I hit 60 subscribers. I'm thrilled. Hopefully it stays that way for a while. I really want to thank Dawn and Rachel again for doing that collab, because that really helped put my videos out there amongst the bag community. And thank you to everybody who subscribed as a result of the video. I truly appreciate it. It's very hard to get a channel going at the very beginning, and you know, I'm not out here to get rich or become an influencer or anything like that. I just have my own little spot in this bag community, but I love interacting with everybody. I've met some really, really nice people, and I just want to thank everybody for your support. I hope everybody's having a really good weekend, and stay tuned. I've got some more fun stuff coming.